in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat, watch his flat. And let's go.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Set. 19. 3 bud, 3 bud. Kill. Mike's 56.
Here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, he slipped right by him. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down.
93. Get him. Hey, check Mike 39. Check. Hey, dude. It's first. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, here comes Jacobs. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down. Carr to throw for it on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Third and 3.
Mark set. 3 T. 56. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Now a give, right side. It's Grant, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
I got him. Check 31. Check nickel. Line him, go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Down. 185. I'm scared. Jump. Express. Slap.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Monday, down. 180.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
29. 29.
39. Check like 39.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. It's complete to Williams. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career.
Express. You're mine.
Banjo. Hey, check like.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. This is intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13, Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
Now, Blue 80. Hey, 734.
He's coming. We got double up. Shit. Check 99.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Texans 7, Raiders 2.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Come on.
Hey, Wahoo! Express.
To throw his Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And that one results in 35 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. shotgun now for Carr. This complete to Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. 29. Watch the run. 29 is the mic.
To throw is Watson. Steps away to his left. That's complete. It's Bell. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
He's set. Like 88. 29. I'm coming.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, a screen to Bell. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
when you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think will help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. On first down, Bell. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's see what you got.
Watson steps away, and now he's going to use his legs. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do. On
2nd down, it's Bell. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check you out.
Throwing again is Watson. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Throwing on third down, Watson being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
In his own end zone, it's Carr. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And Stills bringing it in. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And
We're set. 19. 58 to Mike. Hey, come on now. 58 to Mike.
now a give right side. It's Grant, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Grant. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Watch the safety trap.
This is Grant. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. Time up.
From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time. And this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Hey, Charlie!
Check right 39.
Express!
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Carr now on first down. Caught by Jones.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down, Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. midfield. Here's Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
6-18. Hey, Foxtrot.
Carr now on first down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hey, Orbit. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Switch. Express. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
From the gun, it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike, check.
From the end zone, Watson. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42.
6:37. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. You.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Gary Conley. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dayon Buchanan. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On the counter, here's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go. He's tight. Let's go. He's tight.
At the 19-yard line.
from the red zone now. Watson, blitz coming, and down he goes. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Again, it's Bell. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Now Watson. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. B.J. Hill. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
58 to Mike. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 to the Mike. Bound to lose 1.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
This is that. 19. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go. Check 26, check 26. Alert. To the pass.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because... This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Texans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Texans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Go! Express! Watch the screen!
Operating from the gun, Carr. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
C6. Mike 41, Mike 41. Who that? Express. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. It's going to be a long day.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Richard. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Carr. This complete to Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So that'll back him up 5.
Come on, fellas.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Carr gives to Richard. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
14 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line.
What down? Wide at 8. Pick me up. Here we go. Tight end. 93. 93.
41's coming. 41's the mic.
Get that quarterback here. Express.
On 2nd and 1, Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
4 down. 185. Check 41. Express.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Now a give right side. Grant. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Watson on 3rd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Now a desperate. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
What down? Game situation. Let's go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am